This Halloween, I'm summoning the spirit of vintage trick-or-treating with an oversized black cat mask. Made from scratch with paper and paint. No tricks, just treats here. I am Ketturah, and let's make something spooky together. Lately, Pinterest has been serving me up some amazing nostalgic Halloween inspiration. During one late night scrolling session, I stumbled across these oversized vintage-inspired Halloween masks, and I instantly became obsessed and I had to make one of my own. If you've been on our channel for a minute, you'll see that this is a common theme for me. I will find something late at night on the internet, get inspired, and have to make it the next day. This project is no exception. When sketching out my version of the Halloween mask, there's several things I would like to keep in mind. I would like my mask to be cute spooky instead of scary spooky, and to keep the design overall very simple. So now that the sketch is almost done, the question is, how do we turn this drawing into a giant Halloween mask? The answer? Papier-mâché. It's cheap, classic, and surprisingly sturdy. To give the cat mask its nice round shape, I used a 20-inch beach ball. I prefer using a beach ball just because when I'm done with the project, I can reuse the beach ball later. For the paste mixture, I'll be using PVA glue and water. When making my mix, I like to start with a 50-50 ratio, 50% water and 50% PVA glue. When mixing everything together, I'm looking for the consistency of heavy whipping cream. For my first layer of papier-mâché, I like to use paper bags. When you are putting down that first layer of paper bags, just make sure they overlap nicely. This helps everything stick together better and stay strong. You can see here, after the first layer is dry, it is still pretty flimsy. Here is another pro tip. If your paper bag is refusing to lay flat, just rip it where it is bubbling up and then smooth it down and you should be good to go. I ended up doing about 6 layers of the paper bags to make sure the mask is nice and sturdy. You don't have to be super precise. Just build it up until it feels strong and it holds its shape. With our first round of papier-mâché complete, let's remove that beach ball. Before I got too far, I needed to figure out how big the opening had to be so it actually fit over my head. I used some EVA foam scraps, taped them together in a rough ring shape, and adjusted it until it felt comfortable and easy to slip on and off. Then I took that information and traced it around the opening. One good karate chop later, and I will have an opening that fits around my head comfortably. To keep the mask from wobbling around while you are wearing it, we need to construct a simple head harness that will go inside the mask. To keep the structure lightweight, we will be using cardboard. You don't need anything fancy, just something comfortable and stable enough to balance the size. I like to peel one side of the cardboard off to make it a little more flexible. Then I built another ring. This one is snug enough to fit around my forehead. From there, I added a few cardboard strips to go over the top of my head to create a basic support frame, like this. To fill the gap between the harness and the top of the papier-mâché shell, I made a simple tube out of cardboard and glued it into place inside the mask. For a little extra comfort and to keep it from sliding forward, I added some upholstery foam. Off camera, I took the sketch I made earlier and turned it into a paper mock-up. I taped it onto the ball to make sure everything looked right. Because when you're making a black cat this big, you want to make sure you pause and double check before you commit. Once I was happy with my mock-up, I used it as a pattern to cut out the shape on paperboard, aka cereal box cardboard. It's thin, lightweight, and sturdy enough to give the ears some structure before I add the final layer of papier-mâché. It's now time to cut out the eyes and mouth. While I'm adding some newspaper to build up the features on the black cat mask, I just want to say thank you for spending a little time here with us. If you are enjoying this video, could you please give it a like and drop a cat emoji in the comments so YouTube knows to share this with more people that love Halloween. If you haven't already subscribed, we'd be thrilled to have you. Patrick and I have been working our tails off getting ready for this Halloween season, and we cannot wait to share it with you. Almost everything in this project was either recycled, already in my craft stash, or straight up garbage that I was about to throw out. I haven't said it on camera yet, but one of my big goals this year is to start using up what I have already on hand. And maybe, just maybe, I'll be able to make a dent in my ridiculous crafting hoard of supplies. Now that the cat has its final shape, I've covered the exposed newspaper with masking tape. This will help hold the form while I add the last layer of papier-mâché. For this final layer, I'll be switching to newspaper. It's a little more flexible than the paper bags I used earlier, which is perfect for smoothing out the surface and capturing the fine details. It's now time to start painting. I kept the process super simple and stuck with a limited color palette to capture those nostalgic Halloween vibes. Since I'm not planning on keeping the mask outdoors, I'm not going overboard with weatherproofing. I gave it a couple coats of gesso and then built up the acrylics on top. I did say I wanted to keep this simple, but I didn't mean it wasn't going to be tedious. One of the best parts about painting all that orange fur is I used fluorescent paint, and it glows under black light, just like it's been hit with a little extra Halloween magic. To knock down the shine, I gave my cat mask a coat of matte medium. Originally, my plan for the mouth was to leave it open and just cover it with black fabric, but somewhere along the way, I changed my mind and decided to paint it instead. It felt more in line with the vintage look I was going for. For the eye coverings, I used some partially see-through fabric I had left over from a previous project. Since the fabric was white and I needed green eyes, I had to dye it. I just mixed up some green acrylic paint, watered it way down, and then dipped the fabric in for a few seconds. Then I laid it out on a piece of paper towel to dry. This helped absorb the extra paint so it won't dry stiff. If you are playing along at home and you have a little bit more of a budget, you can definitely use fabric dye instead, but this worked fine for what I needed. If you are looking to do something a little different, here is another option for the eyes. You could leave most of the eyeball intact and just cut out where the iris is going to be, and cover the opening of the iris with a see-through black fabric. That way you can give your cat some more elaborate eyes. Once the fabric was in place, I secured it with hot glue around the edges. I'm at the final step of the project, giving my cat mask its irises. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this has inspired you to go out and grab some glue, some newspaper, and a little bit of Halloween magic and maybe make a cat mask of your own. I am Ketturah, and from our workshop to yours, thank you again for joining us on the spooky little journey. Now hold on to your broomsticks, it's time to check out the big reveal.